So we went through it. We went through the whole process ourselves and developed a system that was working for us. You know what I mean? Okay, this works. If I did it the basic way, it would work.
How do you want to be remembered?
Good friend, good father, good husband. You know, I just want to be that positive influence in people's life. Vehicles are in those LLCs names. You know what I mean? Business stuff is in those names for a reason, which is in a trust. This shit can be so much bigger. You only got one life to live, so you gotta live that shit. You gotta go hard. So there's automations that go out and tell the client exactly what to do, when to do it. And if they don't do it, it kind of tells them that they're going to be charged extra, because I'm coming at them from a business. I'm not coming at them from, hey, you're renting a car from Trevor Calais. You're renting a car from TMC Lux Management, which is a business. So people are going to respect businesses more than a person anyway. We really show a lot of value to that community, and we want to make sure that it stays gaining client. Take action and invest in yourself, and then don't give up.
Trevor, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here and, you know, investing your time and energy in my project.
Yes, sir.
So,
sure.
First question, how many cars have you bought?
Hey, first off, appreciate you having me here. You didn't offer me a drink when I came through the door. You know what I mean? But you might have knew I just don't drink no more. But yeah, appreciate you guys for having me first off. I have 30 cars, bro. I have 30 cars, and I've been able to purchase them all under my business LLC.
Nice. So I think, and a bunch of people watching this too might think that a car is a liability. It's not an asset, right?
Right.
So what do you have to say in response to that?
To be honest, if you invest into the vehicles like myself, becoming a powerful host on the Turo platform, those cars are now assets, because it may be your liability if you're the person renting it from me, right? So I don't look at it as a liability. I look at it as an asset, because I'm making money off of it, and somebody else is paying that liability down. So to be honest, it's a part of the business. It's an asset. It makes money. You monetize and you optimize your business as things change. People call them liabilities because they lose their value and things like that. First off, you're the one paying the value. All of your guests, when you have a business, whether it be Turo, real estate, or whatever it is, your guests are who is paying that depreciation down.
Exactly.
Once you see your vehicle not performing well, say the mileage is getting out of hand or something like that, and okay, you might start losing a lot, you just got to be a business owner, tap in, go in and revamp your fleet. So you go through that phases of switching out the vehicles, trading them in, just things like that. It's how you can drive them around for free. Hey, you guys, what's going on? It's Trevor here. Look, I see a lot of you guys asking questions down in the comments section. I'm gonna tell you the best way to get a hold of me so I can answer them questions for you directly. What I want you to do is send me a text with the word YouTube to 239-329-0035, and I'll get those questions for you answered as quick as possible. Look, I want you to be great, continue to be successful, and let's get back to the video.
For those that don't understand exactly what you're doing, can you explain a little bit exactly of how your business is running and what you're doing right now?
Yeah, for sure. First off, my name is Trevor Calais. I'm a Turo business builder. So what me and my team do is we build your business literally from scratch. We understand the importance of having good credit and being able to leverage that credit to go obtain assets, and to obtain some business funding so that you can grow and scale your business. So first step of our program is sending you through to my credit team. My brother is the credit repair expert. His name is Mr. Kane Robinson. Go follow him. Once you go through that phase and go through that process of our business, right? We wanted to create something that made clients kind of be undefeated. You know what I mean? So if we back you up with a good credit score, that way you can leverage that credit to go get whatever you want. Then we can put some capital behind you. Then we know you can't fail. We've done these things ourselves. So that's how we're able to give it back, because we've already been through that and done it. And then I teamed up with my marketing partner. His name is Mr. Tyler Lilu. Look him up, shoot him a follow. He also is a big asset to the business, because two things about growing a big business is marketing and sales. So if you knock both of those out the way, you get systems in place to make those be perfected and really elevate your business. The credit is just a bonus, and obviously having great credit is that's super powerful, right? And then having the capital to back you really can't fail.
Nice.
So my job was to make sure I put a system in there that a client could go and be successful and start getting instant results.
And then how do you get started? Like, how do you learn everything that right now is working for you and your team?
By going through it, man. I actually went through those trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? We've had our setbacks, we've had our shortcomings and things like that, but we've actually took these steps. We've started out repairing our own credit. From my, my brother invested in credit knowledge and learning and buying courses and buying mentorships on how to really leverage their credit. And then we just took action. We went out there and did it. You got to be an action taker. You got to invest in yourself and trust in yourself. If there's something that you want to take away from this right here, from this episode, I want you to invest in yourself and I want you to be an action taker. And that's how you can really elevate to the next level. So we went through it. We went through the whole process ourselves and developed a system that was working for us. You know what I mean? Okay, this works. This is, if I did it the basic way, it would work. So by going through it, you're able to give the game and give the value right back. We got a blueprint. You follow the blueprint, you're going to be successful.
Nice. Let's say that I know nothing about the industry. I have 0 credit score or maybe a bad credit score. How long does it take for me to reach that level?
To be honest, it all goes basically upon it goes by your credit profile. We don't want to focus too much on the score. The score is just a number that obviously people pay attention to that. If they don't really know credit and things like that, they're like, oh, I got a 750 or I got a 720 and they, a 680 and they think they're really in good standings, but it's more about that profile. So somebody like yourself, if you didn't have any credit, if you had bad credit, it really goes by that profile. How many collections do you have? How many late payments do you have? How many hard inquiries do you have on that profile? The goal is to get that whole thing cleaned up and into a position to where a lender can say yes. That's how you go get what you want, and that's what we've been able to incorporate into our business. So
nice.
You get that knowledge and you learn how to do those things from getting mentorships, getting a mentor that's going to teach you that kind of stuff.
Nice. And now that you mentioned that, I know that there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to credit. So what do you think are most of the common misconceptions in the credit space?
I mean, I'm coming from like a Turo business builder standpoint, and how I've ran credit. I've learned credit my way, and I've been able to implement strategies and things that work for me. So if you want to say the biggest misconception about credit is they literally be focusing on that score. They'll focus on the number. They're like, man, I got a 650, I'm good, and they really think they're good until they go to the bank or they go to a car lot or something like that, and then they get denied, and then they're wondering like, why did I get denied? My score's a 680. Man, it's that profile. That's your report card. You want to make sure that thing is A1 all the time.
Nice. So besides score, what is something that you have to look out for?
You talking about on the credit profile
Yes.
itself? You got to look for everything on the whole profile. You got to focus on the profile as a whole. So every single data point, payment history, derogatory marks, age. You got the hard inquiries. What's another one? Beat me in. Did I cover all of them? All right, yeah. I mean, and utilization. Yeah, that's right. Credit usage. So I forget that one a lot. So basically, the whole profile. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that everything is in the green and everything is in a fundable position.
Okay, understood. But then, what's the difference? Because I've heard you talk before about one thing is like your personal credit score, and then when you actually start an LLC, right?
Yeah, business credit.
Exactly, business credit. So what's the transition there? What should you focus first on?
I mean, to be honest, in my opinion, I would always go personal and then get that thing in a perfect, position, because 9 times out of 10, if you have a business and you're not generating at least $2 million a year annually on paper, then that business can't just go sign for itself anyway. You still have to PG that business. So by you being in a really good position, it's going to reflect on your business automatically because they're going to you as the personal guarantor. So always, focus in on the personal, getting it, built all the way up, beefed up, 10 or more accounts, no late payments, no collections, get you, about 3 to 5 years of age. Make sure your utilization is down at least, 5-10% area, you can squeeze and get up to 20 and 30 and still get some money, but you want to make sure all that stuff is in line, because that's going to directly reflect on the business side. Now you can really put stuff in the business name, PG it, and start building that business credit as you go.
And then what's one of the best ways that you can leverage a good credit score?
I would say by getting assets. It doesn't matter what type of asset it is, but if I would have known what I know about credit now, back in the day, I probably would have had a whole bunch of cars. I would have been at 100, 300. I have a car lot, to be honest. I got 30 as a 35-year-old. So if I would have done this before I was in the military and in the railroad and a corporate manager for AT&T, I could probably have a car lot, right? I could probably have a whole apartment complex. So leverage your credit, you know what I mean, to obtain you some assets, like I was mentioning earlier. Get you something that's going to make you some money so that you stop trading your time for money. You can cut the 9 to 5 out the way and be your own boss and charge your own income and in charge of your own schedule.
What's the first step to trade to stop trading your time for money, to stop being in a 9 to 5 to the entrepreneurship world? What's the first step?
You need to get your mindset right. You got to make sure that you're mentally ready to go through mistakes. Every business has, you know what I mean, downfalls, and they have times where we have good months and we have bad months. We've all went through it, right? Like when someone steals from Walmart's not like, I'm closing the doors, no more customers. No, they don't give a fuck. They put in systems that can make it better to stop that, and then their business keeps going. So you got to do your business the exact same way. You know what I mean? You got to have the mindset to go start the business, take action. You know what I mean? Take action and invest in yourself, and then don't give up.
Nice. So would you say fear is something that is keeping a lot of people of actually doing the work and being successful?
Yeah, 100%. And the fear can be based off your mental, what you think isn't possible. Like a lot of people have limited beliefs, right? Your fear, you could be getting fear because of like the people that you have around you. Maybe they don't really support you like they should, right? Like they don't, oh, your business ain't going to do that, or your business is going to fail. So that stops people. And just the fact that they feel as if, you know, you're kind of trained like, damn, I've been going to work at this job. I'm gonna be at $20 an hour next in 2 more years, and then I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like they think that's life. You know, we've been taught that, to work for somebody our whole life and not to be a boss. So the minute they think about creating, you know what I mean, creating their own path, they get, you know, sucked right back down to the normal of like, no, you know what? Guess what? That's really hard. Let me just go back to work.
And what do you think that happens?
I guess they're just super complacent, right? They're just super comfortable, and we're like, I'm a person, I want more. I want more and more and more and more. I want to make sure that my family and my friends get more and more and more and more. If you impact my life in any type of way, that you bring me some positivity, right? And you bring me something that I can use to better myself, I feel as if like, damn, I should do the same in return. So having those type of people around you is good for your life, good for business, everything as a whole.
You mentioned that your mindset is of having more and being better. And something that I find very curious is that a lot of entrepreneurs feel that way too, right? What's your drive? Like what's driving you towards being better and basically being the best version of yourself?
To be honest, it's my family, man. I'm married. I've been married for almost 15 years. I got 3 kids. I got 3 daughters, right?
Congrats.
So yeah, I appreciate it, man. Like that's like what I push for, because I know if they're good, then I'm good. I want to provide a lifestyle for them that I never had. This is my first time being in Miami, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never been to Miami. I've never been to Tampa. I'm living in Tampa. Like, you know what I mean? I've never really been out of Shreveport, Louisiana, besides when I was in the military and I'm forced to go to those places, you know what I mean? So I still couldn't enjoy them because I'm working, 8, 12, 16 hours a day. So just providing a lifestyle for them that, that I never had. That's my drive. Making sure all my friends around me, my everybody's eating, bro. Like I'm big on like partnerships and things like that. So I want to make sure that you can go back and tell your family, like, man, that dude, he was a good dude. You know what I mean? Like,
nice.
If I leave, shit, I gotta be remembered, and I'm gonna be remembered in a good way.
How do you want to be remembered?
Man, just as, hey, like that dude was always there. Like, you know what I mean? Like as if good friend, good father, good husband. You know, I just want to be that positive influence in people's life that they can be like, because I don't really do it like a whole lot of shady shit. I done came up a whole different way. You know what I mean? Like from where I'm at right now, I was not like that growing up. I was really young. I was really dumb. I didn't have a lot of guidance. I was in the streets and doing things I probably shouldn't have been doing. And that's what drove me to join the military, you know what I mean, and change my life and give me some authority and give me some like structure. So it taught me a lot. And then as I've went through life in phases, you know, like I was an alcoholic. I was drinking, man, I was Henny every day. Hennessy drinkers. I don't know how you do it. It was killing me, right? I wasn't who I wanted to be. And then something switched. I don't know what it was, but something switched, and now it's like, this is all I'm pushing for. Like, let me be a positive role model to people. Let me be somebody that people can look up to. And you know what I mean? So I want to be remembered for that, being genuine, real, a good person.
Yeah, and you have to be the best version of yourself. And by working on yourself, you're actually helping more people, right? Because otherwise, you will be selfish if you're not working on yourself.
Right.
Because when you're working on yourself, that's like your team and your family, they're an extension of you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we're all one.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I say that a lot. I like to focus on what's going on around me. Like if you're here, I've said it at multiple places that I've gone network and meet people and you know, people that are new to me in my life, right? So if y'all are in here, y'all are my people, right? Until you burn me or do me something wrong, like y'all are my people. I'm gonna look out for you. If you need something, we're gonna figure out how to make it work, how to help out. So and that's just me. So you're right, the people around me, they same thing. I want to make sure everything is a solid foundation of good support and good people.
And talking about that and rewinding a little bit back when you mentioned that you want to set your family for success, you have been setting up LLCs for your kids, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's just not legally in their names, right? So
and how what's the goal with that? How does that work exactly?
Man, I got so what I did, I don't look at like people like, oh man, I don't want to drop 200, 300, 400 on an LLC, but them LLCs are your businesses, and you can always it goes back to credit and funding. Like you can always get funding behind them LLCs. So why not have 10, 20 of them? And then if you get, 10 of them and then you run up 10 racks for each LLC, you just made 100 bands. You know what I mean? So why not have multiple? I put them in my daughter's name as in like what they're called, like the LLC's name itself. It's just not legally in their name yet because they're too young. But when they become of age, I can amend them, and then they get the reflection of they get all that, everything I'm building and putting up. Vehicles are in those LLC's names. You know what I mean? Business stuff is in those names for a reason, which is in a trust. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm on, that type of stuff. I'm trying to be, in a bigger mansion than we at now. Everybody needs a mansion. We all about to, you know what I mean? Like it's all about just going to the next level, up, 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 up. Why stop? You know what I mean? If you got the vision and you got the mindset and the action, ability in you to go ahead and do it, why not? Why are we limiting ourselves? You know what I mean? If this shit can be so much bigger, you only got one life to live, so you got to live that shit and you got to go hard. You know what I mean?
I love that. And I think that, I mean, we don't know what's gonna happen after after you die, right? But all we know is that we are in the present time, and we have to do the best thing that we can do and be the best version of ourselves, right?
Right now.
So that's how you affect positively other people.
Facts.
And going back to your business, what's the most challenging part of everything that you're doing right now?
I would say probably just keeping all the we have a lot of clients, right? Like we got a double book schedule for a reason. It's because we really know what we're doing when it comes to building a business, building a Turo business, building whatever business it is. If we've already got you the credit and the funding, you can go do whatever you want, right? So really just making sure that all of my clients are good at all times. Like I feel like if I'm not being responsive, or I'm not giving them the proper guidance or answering their questions, I don't want any client to come with me and have any type of buyer's remorse. So if I do my part right, then I know I can keep winning, and I can keep providing results, and I can keep taking people to the next level. So clients is probably like one of the biggest issues that I'm facing now, to just make sure that they're good, because we have a lot. Like if you're not in yet, you need to get in. If you're not following our community, follow our community. It's, www.skool.com/TTG. That's how you can find our community. It's absolutely free. If you're watching this podcast right now, it's free for you. So come and join on the strength of this team right here that put us in the door.
Awesome. That's great. So about your business, what's your favorite car?
Everybody asks me that too. My favorite car that I have in my fleet, it's probably, I say it every time, it's the Trackhawk, man. Like,
why?
I mean, it's a Jeep, bro. It squats. The 0 to 60 is in like just crate like 2 seconds. I mean, it's a big Jeep that gets down. It can squat down and like beat anything off the line. It's 4-wheel drive. It has room. It can go in the snow. It can tow. I mean, what more do you want in a vehicle? You literally got the whole package and the speed. So I gotta rock with the Trackhawk. I like my Corvettes, and I like my Mercedes and my BMWs and things like that. But it just nothing really gets down like a Mopar, bro. I love a Mopar.
And what car or cars makes you the most amount of money?
Then probably, and I don't want to confuse anybody. Everything goes by your market, right? So when you become a student of ours, we teach you how to research your market. My most lucrative vehicles for my market that I was in is my third row vehicles. So like my Kia Telluride pulled in a whole lot of money. My truck, I had a GMC Sierra. It pulled in a lot of money, in my Teslas. Like I'm out here in Florida now, and I see Teslas everywhere, but like where I'm from, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of Teslas on the road. That's like the go-to vehicle out here in Florida. So I would say those, to be honest.
The Teslas. And have you tried the Cybertruck?
I haven't yet. I see them all the time, but I haven't yet, and I haven't put one in my fleet yet. I'm wanting to move into exotics, to be real. So what I did, I'll give you guys a little gem. I really did it by mistake, but now that we've learned more, it's actually helped out. I first went into the Turo business. I was putting everything in my personal name because I really didn't understand. I wasn't, up to speed on credit and LLCs and things like that. So I went and bought like 6 cars. First, I'm like, my brother told me about Turo. I was like, man, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try it. I already am am a hustler by nature. I've been hustling my whole life. So speaking to people and networking with people and having, a relationship with a lot of people was already good. So I was like, man, let me just go get 6 cars. I know I can make some money from it. Man, I put them all in my personal.
What car were there?
What 6 that I got?
Yeah.
Well, I already had a Terrain and I had a GMC Terrain and a GMC Sierra. I had those first. Like those were my personals. I wasn't gonna put them on there until I bought the other 4 and saw the money I was making. I was like, damn, I'm just gonna we putting everything on the platform. So I had those 2. I went and bought 2 Teslas. The next day. Oh no! I went and bought the Telluride first. I bought the Kia Telluride. The next day, I went and bought 2 Teslas, and then I bought a Corvette. Those were my 6, and those were the money makers. So if you add that up, that I shop, a couple of them were new, the rest were used. If you add it up, it's like $283K of vehicle debt on my profile. As I got better and learned more, and then by being mentored and things like that, I learned that I could refinance those into my business LLC. Now they're coming off my personal credit as paid off, and now they're in my LLC. But that's a positive. It's not car by car. It's just $283,000 worth of vehicles paid off. So now if I want to go buy the $300,000 Lambo, I can get it. If I want to go buy any car I want, I can go get it because I've already built it, and I did that by mistake. But as we learned more, I was like, oh damn, I could just do that and run that play. So that's what I did.
But then, how would you do it now? Would you buy the first car under an LLC, then refinance through another LLC?
We do. The way we teach our students, right, is to purchase the vehicles under their LLC. Okay. And the only reason is because since I know the best way now, I teach them the best way so they don't have to go through the same mistakes or failures that I made. I want them to be successful. So it sounds, it sucks like, oh, I can't get that and that and that and that, those luxury cars yet. Like, you can, but wait, because I did that and I could have failed. Any normal person might be like, damn, that's almost 30 cars, bro. It's like 23K in expenses just on the vehicles. That, you know what I mean? That's a lot of money to some people. So on slow months, you know, they might not be able to make it. So I want to teach them the right way so they don't get into that and just think about themselves on the cars that they want to be in, and they think about it as a business. So I tell them to, you know, the way I've been running it is like, get you about 3 economy cars, because you're always going to get money from those regardless. It doesn't matter. They're going to make money. They're cheap notes and they're cheap daily rentals, so you can make almost double on those. I tell them get a luxurious car, whether, you know, it's a Lexus, a BMW 540i, or a Range Rover or something like that. Put that in there, and then I tell them to get their dream car. Now you're driving your dream car for free. So I structure it and tell them that way, but I give them every play that I've ran so their mind can be like, damn, I got his mental. I can do that shit. So let me do it the way he did it, or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? Exactly. I give them all the sauce. You'll get that from our community, so you got to join it. But I teach them the right way because I want them to be successful. I don't want them to have to. That becomes a problem at that point to me. Now they're mad because they didn't, like, I didn't tell you to go buy 7 Lambos when you live in, you know, New York and it snows every day. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not going to rent a Lambo out in the snow for the next 5 months, you know? So I try to teach them the correct way.
And that's the importance of having a mentor, right? Because you are teaching them what you learn. So you're teaching them like the positive things, but also you're teaching them what mistakes you made.
Yeah, what I've done.
Exactly.
Yeah, I try to knock them mistakes out the way so they don't have to make those same mistakes. That way they can just come in, you get a blueprint, you follow the blueprint, and go be successcul. So it depends on how you want to scale it. You can scale it to supplement your 9 to 5, right? Like, so you could just, okay, I want some extra money. I want the electric bill paid for, or something like that. So you can do it that way. You can, you know, get 5 cars. Statistics show on the Turo platform, if you look at it, if you have 5 cars, you're gonna make 6 figures. They put that on their site for a reason, because their job is to market your vehicle to put renters in it. So you get 5 or more, you're gonna make 6 figures. Or you can, you know, just run it as an empire like myself, a whole rental car business, 30 plus vehicles, and, you know, just keep building the brand, keep building the business.
And I guess that, like you mentioned before, the vehicles that you buy starting out has a lot to do with your market, right? Yeah. So let's say here in Miami, what cars would you say are the top 5 to buy when you're starting out?
Man, to be honest, I just got here. So I really don't know y'all's market like that. I mean, like I was telling you earlier, this is my first day. My first day here was yesterday. So, nice. But what I've been seeing, I think we went towards Ocean Drive yesterday or something. Like, I don't really know. I'll be with the move. I'm with my team. We moving and we vibing. You know, I don't really just, I'm pay attention, you know, where I'm at. But that's Ocean Drive area. I don't know what street it was on. And I noticed that they I would say like gaudy, like bright stuff. So I saw a bunch of cars with like some crazy wraps on them. So to be honest, I would probably put anything in this market, because you got such a big market. People are going to need cars, and put a wrap on it. You can put a wrap on a GLE. You could put a wrap on a Range Rover. You can put a wrap on a Lambo. The market can afford any vehicle here. We're in Miami. So just make your vehicle stand out compared to what's all in there. That's what's going to make people book, because all them people were looking at those cars. There was a Mercedes, I think it was an S-Class, and it was like a powder blue wrap with some black rims. And people were coming by taking pictures of it type. So, all it was a regular, it's an S-Class, right? But it just had a fire-ass wrap on it. Like, and people were, so that's what somebody's going to want to book. And that's just me, who I am, picking out your market, only being here one day. That's just my opinion. Exactly. I don't know if I'm right or I'm wrong. I don't know. What do you look to rent when you know what I mean? You're how long you been here?
At least like two years I've been here.
So if you rent off Turo, what are you looking for? You want to be in something?
Well,
exotic. You want to be in something to be seen, or you just trying to get from point A to point B?
When I rent, if I'm in Miami, and I rent a car, it has to be like an exotic car.
Yeah, facts.
You know, it has to be like a supercar or something.
Yeah,
at least.
Facts. So that's what I'm gonna put on the. If I was here, that's what I would do. I'd put the exotics on there and go crazy.
And then, what about I know you've talked about this before, but what about people that tell you like, no, but like taxes, insurance, maintaining the car and everything, how would you go about that?
I mean, you just got to create a system. You got to be a business owner and create a system. So for things like myself with maintenance and taxes, first off, you're not in control of the taxes. You're never going to be in control of that. That's way high level. It doesn't matter who's in office or any of that type of stuff. You don't need to stress on that and have pushback on starting a business or building something because of the market or things like that. You can't control it, so just adjust to it and make more so that you can live with it, right? So taxes, I won't even get too deep on that. You should have caught the gem I gave you right there. You adjust and go hard for it so you can survive, right? Because we can't control it. Maintenance and things like that, as you build more, I set up automated systems. So I made my Turo business about 95% passive, bro, just through strategic automations. So there's automations that go out and tell the client exactly what to do, when to do it. And if they don't do it, it kind of tells them that they're going to be charged extra, because I'm coming at them from a business. I'm not coming at them from, hey, you're renting a car from Trevor Calais. You're renting a car from TMC Lux Management, which is a business. So people are going to respect businesses more than a person anyway. So I set up those messaging systems, and 9 times out of 10 they respect it, and they do it because they're like, damn, I don't want to be charged extra. I just paid $900 for this rental. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm not trying to pay extra. So they naturally just do the right thing. But you can also do other systems. Like I have a runner. I put, my nephew on. He kind of does some plays, whether it's airport runs or deliveries or things like that. If it's a quick check-in and I can't get to it, I have him do it. All I do is let him drive the car that he wants. It's a good leverage point for a family member, right? And then get what is it? Not subscriptions, like get plans, like car washes and stuff. It's the plans. Like get the cheapest car wash plan. Make it more convenient on your customer. Any business, people like convenience, right? So if they can get a rental and they know they got to clean it before they return it, it's in the rules and guidelines. I'm not saying everybody does it, but they're supposed to. And then you make it easy on them. Like all they got to do is pull up through the car wash. It's gonna do it, and then they hit it with a vacuum and turn it in. I mean, a client's probably going to book with you just because you made it more convenient for them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like usually when I go places and I use the same person every time for a reason. It's either they're really good at what they do or it's super convenient on me. So I try to implement that into my business, and that's what's helped out with a lot of, issues that may arise being a Turo power host.
And what's your long-term goal with the business?
I say it time and time again. You know what I mean? I look up to these people, right? I look up to Myron. I look up to Grant. I look up to Andy and people like that. But I'm coming up there. I'm coming for the top spot too. Make room for me up there. You know what I mean? So that's what my goal is, to take it as far as I can go, to where I never have to, like, my children's children are good. You know what I mean? I'm trying to go all the way. One life to live, so I'm gonna go get it by any means. So that's what my goal is, and for the long term picture, I'm just gonna keep building and keep being consistent and staying prayed up and making sure that I'm pushing forward.
Wow, congrats on that.
Yeah, man,
that was great.
You,
that's a great goal to have, and having that drive, it's admirable, to be honest. That's awesome.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I have a random question. Why you don't drink?
Man, I actually because it just really caught a lot of my focus, right? Like I used to drink heavy. When I was in the military, I was drinking probably like every weekend, and then while I was railroading, I was probably drinking like every day. And I drank Hennessy. That was my favorite, right? So I felt like I was not productive. You know what I mean? I was just in the house drinking. Yeah, I'm watching sports and stuff, drunk. You know what I mean? I'm on the video game. I'm like just doing stuff that's not being productive in my life for what I really, the goals and what the stuff that I've always wanted growing up. You know what I mean? So I choose to not rock with it. It had me in some bad times, you know what I mean? It had me almost, losing my marriage and things like that, and I don't want to be, that guy that, damn, you couldn't put the drink down and act right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I lost it all. You know what I mean? I'm not going for that. You know what I mean? I want to be there for my kids. I want to be there for my family and make sure that they have the support that they need, because they need guidance. You know what I mean? Like, your wife's your girlfriends, whatever it may be, your partner needs guidance. You can guide them. You know what I mean? Just like the children. So who am I as a leader or somebody trying to guide them if I can't even, like, I'm drinking every day. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, it took a lot of my time, to be honest. I was spending money. I was spending money every weekend. Bottle of Hennessy, like $60 back home.
Damn.
$60 a day. Add that shit up. Like, it wasn't for me, bro.
Yeah, it was like a bad habit that you had that was keeping you from your goals, basically.
Yeah, 100%. I never go back to that. Like, I'm not saying I'm just, I judge people, nothing. Like, I'll have a drink, you know what I mean? We usually, these type of things or events, or when we go out of town and we do things, there's mixers and stuff. I drink with you know what I mean? I drink with the audience and hang out, but you got to still be in your mind, right? You got to be in your mental. If you get too drunk, now you're not in control. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? I have a couple drinks and that be it. I just know how to control it.
And what do you think people drink, or let's say not drink, but let's say like embark in any bad habit that's keeping them from their goal? What do you think that happens?
It could be anything. It could be underlining things like stress, or it could be, their mental health, or you never really know what's going on with somebody, what's going on in their mind, or what they believe. And I think just people kind of go to that sometimes. I can only speak from me, right? I can't speak from what somebody else may experience, but I would go to it. That's kind of an excuse. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I didn't show up because I was drunk. You know what I mean? Or damn, I can't come hoop with y'all, man. I'm drunk as fuck. You know what I mean? Or whatever it may be. So I don't want to say that everybody but it was a cop out for me. It was an excuse to I messed up because I was that. You know what I mean? So maybe people do it for comfort, or I can't really speak. I could just tell you from my personal experiences, and it's pushed in our faces. Everybody's doing it. You see it online. You see, like, I don't have to go out and be drunk as hell to have a good time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I smoke. You know what I mean? I'm Bob Marley fan. You know what I mean? Wheezy fan. And I smoke, and I can smoke and still just function and do everything the right way. You know what I mean? So, mm-hmm. If I'm in control, you know what I mean? You just got to be in control of your mind. If you're in control, then you got it. You know what I mean? You may can have seven drinks, 7 shots of Hennessy and still be in your mind. You're still good because you're in control. It's when you let it take you, that's when you're like, oh, now I'm getting drawn in. Mm-hmm. Like, that shit taking me. The Hennessy was taking me. Like, you know what I mean? Mm. Now I choose, okay, yeah, I'll have a shot. You know what I mean? Happy birthday, whatever it may be.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess, like, people just do these bad habits because they don't know better,
Yeah.
and not having that knowledge and not being exposed to something better, then they just resort for bad things, right? Mm-hmm. So, talking about resources, how can people know more about your business, about you? And because something that I really like to ask when I don't know about the industry, like in your case, to be honest, I don't know much about your industry, but I'm curious on how people can start learning about your industry. Do you recommend, like, any books, any podcasts, or what would you say is a good resource to start learning?
I mean, I would say you have the power of the internet, right? This tool right here, it could be a distraction, but it could be a way to make a whole lot of money. So whatever you want to do, right? Like, whatever is, like, what you're passionate about, whether it be podcasting or whatever, start searching up those people that are the best in their business, that mm-hmm. are teaching you how to do it. That's how you get a mentor. Then your algorithm becomes no longer toxic. It ain't just, ass shaking and all kind of craziness. You know what I mean? It's actual value and game. You know what I mean? So you're actually seeing other people that are doing it, and it's going to automatically give you that motivation to do the same thing. So I would say use this as your tool instead of a distraction, right? And then just get your mental in position to take the next step. Get a mentor. Like I said, I'm a mentor. I'm able to speak to you and guide you through these things. We do have a free community. It's Skool.com/TTG. It's called Let's Go Hustle. And you're able to follow that. It's a free community for you guys. If you need a mentor, whether it has to do with credit, Airbnb, Turo, real estate, life insurance, taxes, everything. We got everything packaged for you guys, and we have affiliates and mentors in these positions that can help guide you through the way. And you can also follow me on Instagram at official Trevor Calais. And then you can look me up, Trevor Calais, on every other social media outlet. I that's what it is, Trevor Calais on Facebook, YouTube, same thing, LinkedIn. It's all Trevor Calais. So I'm big on my name. I'm big on making sure that I can turn you into a successful student, a successful client, or just give you a positive impact on your life. So remember the name, you know what I mean? That's what I tell them.
Let's go. The podcast is coming to an end, but I want to ask you, why did you start the community?
And that was basically to give back, right? So I had linked up with, first off, shout out to Tyler Lee Lou on the community, because if I would have never knew, I would have never known about a community or the value of it if he wouldn't have put me on it. And
Nice.
I guess I underestimated all these times growing up. Not growing up, but like just recently, the value of a community. There's a bunch of Facebook groups and all kinds of stuff. So I wasn't even thinking like I can have a community to where I can, be a positive impact on people's life, teach them things, show them things so that they can be successful. Because if you think about it, that's what it's about these days, right? It's I guess sometimes it's a status thing for people. I don't really know. But for me, it's like I said, it's providing for the family. So if I can teach people how to generate more revenue and stop giving so much time to the job so that they can be with their family, then why not? And I've done it myself. So it's like, damn, I need to start a community. I need to run ads to the community. And I got a beast on when it comes to marketing. So having a lot of people in that community, even if they're not a student of ours, a paid mentee, they don't have access to the inner circle or whatever it may be, they're still in there giving game. They're still in there receiving value. And that's what it's about, spreading that positive energy and that true value to people. We have live calls every single week. So if you want to come catch a live call, all you got to do is get in the app, go to the calendar, look at the live call, who's speaking. If you want to attend it. And then we record the calls if you miss them so you can go back and catch them. So we really show a lot of value to that community. We want to make sure that it stays gaining clients. I wanted to be at 1,000 members before Christmas, and I reached it in a month. So yeah, my numbers, I guess I was a little off, but like, man, it's working, it's doing its thing. And that's because I got a great team behind me. I got a great credit team. I got a great marketing department. Like, we going, we coming.
Let's go. Congrats on that, man. And thanks for being here. And there you have it. There's how do you say let's get hustle?
It's let's go hustle.
Let's go hustle.
Go is spelled G-E-A-U-X. I'm from Louisiana, born and raised. So, that's kind of our slang we got down there, our little motto or whatever. So it's let's go hustle.
Nice. Anything else you want to mention?
Nah, yeah. If I just had to tell you guys something, man, really just keep going, keep pushing, be consistent. If you got a goal, go achieve the goal. If you got a dream, go chase the dream. Don't listen to anything around you that's holding you back or, stopping you from achieving those things. Go do it. Invest in yourself. Don't give a fuck about what anybody around you says. If they're not supporting you, if they're negative to you, cut them out and keep driving, and you're going to make it.
Boom. Punchline.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you, dog. Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.